My name's Rob. I am part of the Climate Majority project. When I'm not doing that, I run an insights agency and I live just a little bit further down into Cornwall, near the Truro. So hello, fellow Cornish people. Lovely to meet you. I'm going to chat with you today about raising awareness, but then also I want to share some of the lessons that we've learned in terms of communicating with people and trying to raise awareness and things like that. Sure, okay. And then to change the slide, so I just hit the space bar? Yeah. Yeah? Okay, cool. So the Climate Majority project has been born out of the last few years of climate activism and trying to learn some of the lessons about what works and what doesn't. Our research suggests that there is a growing silent majority of people who are very, very aware and worried about the situation that we find ourselves in, but they find themselves in a space where Extinction Rebellion and Just Stop Oil have pushed this way and going into extreme tactics, and then we've got old school institutions where they're writing letters and so on, which is completely necessary and important, but there's a growing number of people who feel that that just is not enough. But nor do they want to go and block roads or glue themselves to anything. So this group of people that's there, that aren't your ordinary suspects for activism, we talk to those people. And we work with them to understand what is your work to do and how can you make it come about. It's this idea that inside all of us, there is something that we can do. Building on exactly what Martin and Avril were speaking about a moment ago, this notion that something can feel both not enough and completely and totally needed and necessary at the same time. There's a temptation to fall into overwhelm, but what's really important is that when we come together, when we encourage each other, we give each other the courage that is necessary to stare down something really scary and to respond to it without any fear, but with faith and with commitment and with focus and with belief. And that when we come together in communities to do that, it's amazing what we can achieve. Our message is very simple. It's that the situation that we're in is chaotic and undeniable. We are around at a time where we are at the end of one way of seeing the world, one way of being in the world, and we're not quite there in the new world as it will become and is becoming. And so we're living through this process of huge change and shifts. And it feels really difficult to try and make sense of things in the ways that we used to. So it's very much about telling the truth and having the courage to stare that truth down. It's also incredibly clear that government action is woefully insufficient. It is not enough. All over the world we see rises in emissions, we see rises in destruction of ecosystems, and yet we see COP after COP or global meeting after global meeting. So part of our message to say is that shouldn't stop us. In actual fact, if people in government who we bestow leadership on are not stepping up, then even more reason for us to do it for ourselves. And that there's no need for us to become victims and say, oh, if only they would do this, if only they would do that, then I would be happy. We're here to say, no, you do it anyway. You can do it anyway. You don't have to save the world, you just have to come together, connect with each other, empower each other, encourage each other. There's all sorts of different climate initiatives rising up all over the place, and they're all necessary and they're all important. And it's about finding what is it that is your work to do. Again, we don't all have to do just one thing. Find the thing that lights you up, find the things that you feel that you have control over, that you feel that you can do, share those and keep doing them, and that's enough. Now, I'm going to skip over a lot of these slides because you don't need them, but I will share them afterwards. They've got some information on them that you can have. That's implicit in what I just said. I think what I really want to share with you in terms of raising awareness is to ask yourselves, what is your truth that you want to share with others? And then how empathetic can you be to people who are nothing like you? How can you share that truth in words that other people will understand? How can you look at your community and change the way you say things in order for it to be heard by someone who doesn't speak like you or doesn't think like you? Who is it that's most longing for and yearning for this change, and how can you help them? And then next, I'd say, what is it that you can give? What is the value that you can give to them? What is it that's going to happen that as a result of being with you in community, responding to these things, that it's going to light them up and make them feel better? Now, that could be something as simple as just being together and eating together, talking, sharing ideas. It could be something just as simple as connection and community. It could likewise then go on to feeling some sort of power from having done something cool and important, like a 2-minute beach clean and setting up an organization like that. Or whatever it is that is your work to do, find it and share it. And the more that you can give, and the more that you can embody and be what it is that you want to see in the world, and to share that more with others, the more it will spread by wildfire. But people need to see other people doing those things. It takes leadership of a small few to step forward and to act. But when everyone else sees that happening, it becomes easier and easier and easier for all the other people to join in too. It starts off slowly, and then it spreads, and then it happens all at once. So the thing is to stay grounded in your truth, stay grounded in who you are, in what's important to you, and no matter how terrifying or scary different things may look, or how overwhelming it may feel at times, just look inside yourself for what is your work to do. Look around you at other people who feel the same. Work together, be that change, build that community, build that connection, and everything else will follow as it is meant to be. And I'll leave it at that. Thank you.